Welcome, everybody, to Changing of the Hip Hop Guards. It is me, Uncle E. That's my partner, the journalist, Sincere. And to everybody out there who's checking this show out right now, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like, leave us a comment. Let us know how you like this episode and others that we have on there. But joining us today is none other than Nutso, coming straight out of Queens, one of the largest boroughs out here in New York, representing for Corona, if I'm not mistaken, or Flushing. Which one of the two?
Flushing.
Both?
Flushing and Corona.
Flushing and Corona.
Yes.
We have none other than Nutso, man. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So how's everything, man? How's everything?
Uncle E, Sincere here, man. You know, living life, man. I know we was behind the scenes talking some shit. You know, once you pass that 40 range, is responsibilities on the next level. But I gotta be grateful. I woke up this morning, fellas. That's it.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. We're all here. Quick shout out to Cee Da Cuban for making this happen. I just want to get that right off the back before I forget, because
shout out to my brother.
The age might make me forget a little later. Yes, sir. So Nutso,
yes.
You have a long history, man, when it comes to hip hop and music. You have a very large catalog as well. If you could do us a favor, though, we're gonna take it back and start from the beginning. Let us know a little bit about where you're from. And what was it like growing up, teenage years?
Well, like I said, I'm in my 40s now. So basically, when growing up in Queens, you know, Dominican, Puerto Rican, African Americans, real Africans, Jamaicans, that was the neighborhood in Corona predominantly, you know, and my Mexicanos, a lot of Mexicans as well, too. And Italians, especially during, you know, I was born in 79. So hip hop didn't come into my life. You got to figure, if I was born in 79, by the time I reached 3, 4, 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? As a toddler, I was tuned in to the Fat Boys, Run DMC. My cousins were DJs. They had the Pumas on. Every time I went outside, it was like, bro, you see people breakdancing in the park, in the corner store. You smell the weed. Happy cigarettes, niggas used to, you know what I'm saying? The aunties and them used to call it. And that was my experience with hip hop, bro. Like I said, man, you got to remember, at me growing up in Corona, before I moved to Flushing in 1989. So my first years in Corona, Queens, I used to see Coogee Rap and DJ Polo in the white Benz, bro. Like, literally passed by my block. Like,
nice.
They used to fuck with this guy, Chris, who used to sell, you know, crayons in my hood. So he'll pass by. You see the bitches that come out. You know, the prostitutes be out there. Niggas hustling. Now, so then I'm turning on video music box and looking at Coogee Rap on my block and on motherfucking video. I was like, this shit is crazy. Hip hop is amazing. And DMC. DMC's aunt and uncle used to live across the street from my grandmother's crib and my mom's in them crib in Corona, Queens on 111th Street. So that's historic vibes right there.
So you were surrounded by hip hop, man. So 79, you say you moved to Flushing. I mean, I'm sorry, 89.
No, 89.
I'm sorry, you born 79, moved to Flushing in 89.
Let's take it back to 79 when Old Dirty Bastard said that. I was like, that's my year, motherfucker.
Yo, so by the time you moved to Flushing, man, we had just came out of a dope year as far as album releases, which for us is 88. So you're talking about a lot of classic first albums that came out in 88, man. So tell us a little bit about some of your influence as far as, now, wait, before you tell us that, did you always want to rhyme first, or were you interested in production?
My thing, I was the beatboxer in the hood. I always wrote rhymes, but then when I got to junior high school, me, my boy Bamboo, and KS, who became an actor, he done played in Power, Blue Bloods, Law and Order, you name it. He been in all them joints. And we were classmates, and we were from the same hood. But my bamboo was Flushing. So when we started the group, the Bass Bums, that was my introduction right there to like really starting the MC. I was already writing raps, but I wasn't confident yet because I used to beatbox. So I always see seeing waves and galactic fucking. I was always sound waves was running through my system. You know, my father played the congas, you know, since back in the day. So just imagine, I done threw pictures up on IG before. I'm sitting on my dad's lap hitting the congas. So my father was in groups, you know, a lot of local groups from DR to over here. He even opened up for Hector Lavoe. You know, that shit is
nice.
in my blood, bro. You already know, man.
Nice.
From that time, I was influenced with writing, whatever, and basically what made me pick up the microphone and want to like even write raps or just practice freestyling over instrumentals was, bro, I was like 13, 14 years old. And sometimes if I didn't even have batteries for my radio, I'm like, fuck it, man, we're going to organize some batteries, get a little, a bag of weed later, but I'm a beatbox. And I noticed I'll create that crowd, that presence in front of Flushing High School, even in my junior high school. I mean, before Flushing High School, in my junior high school years, people be surrounding me. I'm beatboxing, and then I'll throw in a little like 4 bars, 6 bars in there, and people started to like it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then plus, one of like the illest lyricists in my neighborhood, them niggas got lazy. Like they didn't want to rap no more. Like they was like, bro, I want to go shoot a motherfucker, go rob somebody. Like that was their shit. I was in and out, if you know what I'm saying, bro. But
right.
I stayed stuck on it, man, and I like the outcome and the turnout, bro, because you know it made me who I am right now. But that first step in my childhood, like I love beatboxing or where it sounds. I got thrown out of every fucking teacher's classroom for fucking banging on tables and beatboxing. Just imagine, you know.
What was your big break as far as your career goes early on?
Early on, one of my big, oh man, so many, bro. But shit. Actually, it was Camilo back in 1999, 2000, I believe. Cuban produced a record called Ghetto Jam, and we had my boy Semi-Auto on there. And Camilo was playing that shit for like a week or two straight, and we thought we was gone. We was like, "That's it." People were passing by in the hood. Every hood I went to was playing the single, and we thought it was it. But you know, we had to put more groundwork in, and so that was one of my big breaks. Playing my shit on High 97, and we ain't even had to pay nobody. There was no envelopes. Like Camilo grew up with Cuban and them in Jackson Heights, but they weren't best friends. You know what I'm saying? We just ran into each other in clubs that he used to DJ. And he's like, yo, I really like this record, bro. I'm going to pump that shit on High 97. And that was one of the big breaks. But besides that, we had little label meetings with Atlantic Records and all that shit. And they were looking, we were underground niggas. They were looking for more. Where the bitches at? Where the jewelry's at? Why y'all ain't popping bottles? And we're like, bro, we do all of that. We just choose not to talk about that shit. Too many people talking about it. Like, we want to be different. So that's what brought me to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe and Fat Beats, and I started digging. And besides listening to High 97 and DJ Clue mixtapes and all that shit, I found peace and tranquility in the underground, bro. The Thurston Howells, Mos Def, Nonfiction, you name it. Like that was my shit. Like I love the Nas, the DMX, the Locks, but I'm like, okay, when Mobb Deep, when we ain't got no more Mobb Deep songs to listen to and no exclusives on the mixtapes, now I got this underground sound. So that's when I became a part of the family.
Did anything materialize with your group as far as Wax? Did you guys sign to an independent label or
No, we was always in-house shit, independent with Cee Da Cuban, and we had another partner. Now he's working up in Sirius, and you know, people have their differences, but and people grow from each other. But we were a dynamic trio. And as far as breaks, like you was talking before, I actually went to Sweden in 1998, I believe, 1999. I went with DJ JC&Y, and he just had a mixtape. This is before 50, Power the Dollar, any of that shit came out. Like 50 Cent went all the way to Corona to fuck with this DJ that I was fucking with to drop a freestyle, bro. This is 50 Cent. Like, this is crazy. And during that time, I was working with Cuban and our other partner. And we had a little studio in Jackson Heights. And in that studio, I'm talking about Terror Squad, Coogee Rap, the Beat Nuts. Everybody came there to record. So that was like one of my big breaks, man. I can't front from a kid coming from Flushing and having family in Corona. You know, like I didn't grow up with the Beat Nuts. My cousin and them did, but we had a big age gap, you know, difference. So I was I did it on my own, bro. Like, if it wasn't for Cuban taking me to record in the studio and me already being in that Fat Beats and New Yorican realm, and you know, doing freestyles on poetry night and going into battles. I won battles. I won the EOD battle. I came in first place. End of the week. You know, Scram Jones is a DJ during that time. Like, yo,
that's vice versa, right?
Yes. Rest in peace. Vice versa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the clan, my man Prolific and them. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. That was like my big break, man. Being introduced to the underground, knowing that Cuban is my partner with no major label, no fucking machine behind us. Like, we're traveling the world, bro. Like, we're on tour with the Beat Nuts and we're not signed. We're on tour with Redman, Craig G, and none of us been signed. So I think that was my big break right there, bro. Like, just to be an underground artist, going to Fat Beats, dropping off flyers, kicking freestyles, Camilo playing my shit on High 97. That was my break.
You mentioned Cee Da Cuban. How did you guys meet, and talk a little bit about your relationship?
Like I said, other partner that we used to fuck with, they had his younger brother was living in Flushing, Queens. So Cuban and them are for Jackson Heights. So to get into that building, they got to pass by our hangout in Flushing. So every time they came to see the brother, you know, they mind their business. They doing their thing. We had a big presence, bro. Like, we was on the block. I'm talking about the projects was on like literally a half a block away from where we used to sling at, and I used to do my thing. So Cuban literally used to always see me, you know what I'm saying, with the headband, bandana, radio, my chain, wilding out. Like, my name was Nut in the hood, bro. So I was wildfire, bro. Like, all my dudes is either dead, doing 50, 75 years in jail, they changed their life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful. But Cuban met me during that realm, bro. Like, it was during that prime. It was bananas. Like, he kind of like saved my life, man. Hip hop saved my life, because he'll hear me freestyling out that window, and then he asks our partner's younger brother, like, what up with those dudes over there? He was like, I know one of the dudes, his name is Nutrageous. He be rapping, like, he be fucking with his cousin and them. They know the Beat Nuts, but, you know, they ain't doing shit with them. Like, he's a solo artist. So Cuban was like, yo, we got a studio in Jackson Heights. Why don't you come and check it out, bro? And I was like, yo, how much is it to just, like, you know, rent the studio out and do a song? He was like, we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But I like that verse you spit. I spit a verse to him, and he fell in love. And I met him at the studio, and the first single that we did was a joint called Lyrical Format. And then the Blair Witch movie came out. Remember that Blair Witch movie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I did some shit called the Blair Bitch Project. And I went against the movie and that shit with my own narrative, and DJ Eclipse and Stretch and Barbita were playing it. They were loving it. And them shits was on tape. So Cuban actually helped me make one of my first fucking demos. And I was shipping that shit out to everybody, man. DJ Eclipse, like I said, everybody in the underground, all the college radio, pirate radio stations. And that's how I met Cuban, bro. And it's crazy, bro. Even the Camilo shit, all of that, like, all of that coincides. We were all there. That was that time, 98, 99.
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Shout out to Cuban once again, man. He's kind of like how can I say? I mean, he really plays the back, I guess, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, he puts out a lot of work, but if you're not really in the know, it's, you know, you might have not heard his name really mentioned that much like that. You know what I mean? But
and I love that you got the name the Hip Hop Gods, and that is crazy, because my name before it was Nutrageous. Remember, I had like 3 transitions, but I wasn't on vinyl or nothing until I was Nutrageous. So ain't really counting to me. But my name was Nut Guard Assassins. That was my name. Because I couldn't come into the game like with a name just Peanut or just regular Nut. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to throw the torch on there.
Right.
Yeah, so I love that. I love the name of y'all podcast and show, bro. Dope.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Before we get into some of the artists, actually, I don't know if it's easier to talk about the people you've collaborated with or if it's easier to talk about the ones you haven't collaborated with. Because your list is long as hell of artists. But before we get
my
to that,
list will be here for another 7 hours, bro.
I got
a mixtape. What's it called? Like a mixtape series I did called Mr. Collabo with about maybe 20 joints on each. Those are features. Some of them were from, previous albums and older projects that we did, but the rest were from other people's projects, like, paid features that we just, dudes was just part of the hip-hop community and family, like I said, going back to the New Eurekan and Fat Beat days. Oh man, that's a hard one.
We're not gonna before we really get into that though. If you could do us a favor, talk a little bit about your first time going over to Japan. What was that experience like for someone coming out of Queens to touch ground on Japan's soil? How was that?
Yo, you got to remember, bro. I grew up most of my years in Queens and Flushing, Queens. So predominantly that whole neighborhood is Asian. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we were there first, like a lot of Latinos there first, and before that, Jews, Italians, or whatever. But once that 90s scene came, it became more diverse. You know what I'm saying? Flushing, I think, was even more diverse than what like Long Island City and Astoria, Queens is now.
Right.
So that shit right there, bro, that brought me back. Like I thought I was on Main Street Flushing. I was just like, yo, Tokyo, this should remind me of Main Street. But bro, just being in that other side of the world, that shit was nuts. Just thinking about the appreciation they got for hip hop. Like I met Japanese Rasta motherfuckers out there. Like that shit was crazy. That they don't even listen to hip hop like that. It was just reggae, Rastafarian Japanese motherfuckers. And the love was, man, listen, the love was something else, bro. Those dudes, man, hats off, hands down. Those dudes showed me and Cuban nothing but love. Cuban went to Japan 3 times in less than a year, bro. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. What even got you over there though? What was it that
Yeah, he got what it was. Remember, we had those records. Like besides the records that we did with KL and all of that. Back in the days, the What's Poppin', Nuts and Screws with Screwball. Rest in peace, KL. Shout outs to Black Poet, Kyron. You know what I'm saying? Hostile in them. I was fucking with those dudes because remember I was on the streets already. So like these dudes from Japan, they were getting records from Cuban from the late 90s. Cuban was shipping out vinyl. This is before social media. So when I got to Japan to do my first show in I think it was called the Ballroom something. And no, the second time I went to Japan, I'll tell you that in a little bit. That was with Elder Sensei. But the first time I went, bro, these dudes are coming up with my vinyl. That vinyl that I don't even have anymore. I'm like, yo, they're like, I want your autograph, Nutso. And yo, that shit was something else, bro. That was amazing, bro, to know that I got fans all the way out there and they had my vinyl. Like, it wasn't like this shit was in a digital download and, they were just a DJ was just DJing my shit in the club, playing that shit through a Serato and through some digital shit. Nah, bro, these niggas was pulling out vinyl that Cuban shipped to them fucking 20 years ago, bro.
Damn, that's crazy. And your second time, what happened with the second one?
Second time, we met Elder Sensei over there, and we performed the record that me and him had with Large Professor, produced by DJ Doom and DJ Tony Touch. It was Enter the, I forgot it's called. It was shit. It's on the Temple of Doom album, though.
Okay.
It has me, Tony Touch, and Elder Sensei and Large Pro on it, and Elder Sensei invited me on stage. The first Japan tour that I had, that was just me by myself. Me and Cuban, we did about like 3-4 shows. We went outside outside Tokyo too. We was in Mitos, you know what I'm saying? We was in other parts of the country. But that shit was dope. Like I said, we was out there for like a week and some change. And the second time when we performed at Elder Sensei, that was dope just to see our East Coast, Beast Coast, you know what I'm saying, brother out there. And we got to touch that stage together in Japan out there, me, Cuban, and Elder Sensei. So shout out to everybody out there, Captain Kirk, DJ fucking Mitos and all of them. Yo, bro, DJ Denka, Yashu. Yo, we met some great people out there, bro. And nothing but love and hospitality, man. They rolled out the red rug on us.
Yeah. Before I pass it to Sincere, man, just for anybody that might be watching this, that you might be the first time hearing about you, I just want to mention a couple of people that you work with, just to give cats an idea of how crazy it is. But you work with The Game,
yes,
Royal Flush, CNN,
yes,
Mike Geronimo, Beat Miners, Chatty-O, Smith & Wesson, or Steele from Smith & Wesson, Craig G,
Steele from
you've the Domingo. Like you said, the list is ridiculous of how many people you have.
I said, it's so here for 7 hours, bro.
Rusty Jook, Mike Hands. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. I do want to ask you about one. I saw you had a collab with Nipsey Hustle. Is that, did you have a chance to meet him? Did you guys were in the same spot? Did you have a chance to talk to him?
Yes.
What was, how did that go?
That story is fucking hilarious, bro. We about to do it on your show, E, and say. So basically, our partner that was working up in Sirius, he connected me with Nipsey, right? Hitters. I was already fucking with niggas from South Central, you know what I'm saying? Fucking with my Swan dudes and all of that. So I was already, in the streets, Ian said, you know what I'm saying? Just long story short, I was already in the streets, so my name was already ringing. And Nipsey, he came out here to New York. He had a session with French Montana. My brother Blaze, rest in peace. He died about 2 years ago. He used to do he was like fake security, if you know what I'm saying. He was knocking niggas out for French Montana. I was locked up with him, and we met each other up north, upstate. We was in a program together as well. And when he came home, we always stayed clicked. So he would be doing his shit with French, and I'll be doing my shit. And he would invite me to some events or whatever. So he called me up one day. It was crazy. He called me up one day, and he's like, yo, Nut, fucking Nipsey. Nipsey's in the studio. And, to answer your question, me and Nipsey already had a joint on the mixtape going up. And it had this other singing kid on it, but they took it down. I think YouTube or somebody took it down because of the rights of whoever produced the beat. It had nothing to do with me and Nipsey. You feel me?
Right.
So the joint didn't get exposed like that, but we still put it out on the mixtape, and I think it's still on Audio Mac right now. You look it up. Nutso with Nipsey blowing up. You can find it. So we did the joint. We never got to meet each other. Never even talked on the phone. My boy Blaze was with French Montana. They had a studio session with Green Lantern in the city. I forgot the studio, but it was over there close to the Lincoln Tunnel. People know there's a couple of lofts out there. So me and Cuban was at a barbecue with Mobb Deep, because I be fucking with Havoc's real uncle, Uncle La, the one Prodigy wrote about in the book. And as we was about to leave the party, my phone rings. Blaze is like, bro, you got to come to the city. I don't know where the fuck you at, but Nipsey's out here with all these Crip niggas from Cali, and they want to meet you, my nigga. And I'm like, shit. I said, I'm a little bit tipsy, bro, and I'm at a Mobb Deep barbecue. He was like, bring Mobb Deep and them niggas. I was like, Prodigy and them ain't here. I'm with the uncle and them, but I'm with Cuban. He was like, well, tell Cuban to, bring you over here. Y'all better bring your ass over there. We get to fucking Manhattan, bro. I get to meet Nipsey. He just got a smile on his face. I meet French Montana's there. They playing the joint. I'm blasted. I'm just like, yo, I got a verse. I'll go after whoever. He's like, yo, slow down. Like, I just met you, bro. I was blasted. I had a bottle called Fin de Mundo. So that was my introduction meeting Nipsey. And, bro, I used to be a wild garbage head, if you know what I'm saying. Like, but I never like to meet artists like that. I never drank before a studio session or even before a show because I never like to, you know, forget words or slither shit. Like none of that shit. I always wanted to be on point. So that day, me meeting Nipsey, I was like, fuck, I know I'm blasted, bro. I know you know, he might not like me, nigga. Like I'm on some other shit, but it was all love. Mind you, Nipsey now, I don't know. He was doing like some ad-lib shit. He leaves. He's like, bro, we rocked that joint, man. It was, you know, nice meeting you. I'm about to have this meeting. And my boy Blaze is like, yo, French and I'm about to go do some other shit. So, we about to go. I'm like, nigga, I just got here. Like, but that's me. I'm blasted. And Nipsey go to another room. And I'm like, all right, we out of here. But Blaze and Cuban are like, let's get Nut out of here before he do something crazy. Already people were complaining, bro. I was turning cigarettes off on the carpet. I'm in a studio, bro, like turning cigarettes off on the wall, spitting liquor, not on the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't black out. So they trying to walk me out the studio. I go to the bathroom. I dip on those niggas. I end up going into another room. Fucking Nipsey's in that room with his boys having a meeting. Bro, that shit was crazy, bro. So I'm standing there, Nipsey's looking at me like,
yeah, this dude.
Okay, like what's about to happen now? What is fucking Nut just doing here? And he like, Nut, everything good? I'm like, everything good, Nip. You already know, bro. We gotta, you know, work on the next one or whatever. He's like, yeah, man, let's get it. I'm out here in New York for a short stay. You know what I'm saying, bro? Man, love. Bye. He gives me £1. I give £1 to his boys. And I pieced them again. I'm out of here. And I stay in the room and close the door. He like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah. And by this time, I kind of like don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Now I'm done. And Nipsey's like, bro, we about to have a meeting. Like, you know, like, Nut, I got love for you and all this shit. And he was just looking at me like, the look he gave me was like, yeah, no, but the look he gave me was like, I reminded him of somebody from his neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never got no bad vibe. It was like nice meeting you. You a crazy motherfucker, like one of those, bro. And that was love. And Cuban and Blaze, they held me like a fucking toddler to the car, bro. That was love. And then Nipsey wound up running into my partner. He was like, that guy Nutso is something special, bro.
So, by the way, if anybody's interested, that song is actually on your Bandcamp, so y'all can go check that out. You know, the song with Nutso
as well.
and
Nipsey
Hustle, man. So make sure to follow Nutso on Instagram.
So that was my story.
Check that out.
That was my story with Nipsey. And then years later, I ran into one of Nipsey's best friends, Tajay. I went out there in 2019, and he was like, bro, niggas got nothing but love to you, you know, for you, Nut. Like, you already know you're a dope lyricist, and that's dope. He said shit happens. Nipsey loves like shit like that. That was organic. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, another nigga would have been like, nah, I ain't gonna meet him. I'm blasted. I want to be presentable. But that's how I was thinking in my head. But I'm glad shit didn't go left. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Well, rest in peace, Nipsey Hustle.
Rest in peace, Nipsey. Word up.
You talked a little bit about some of the MCs you worked with. Can you talk a little bit about the producers you've worked with?
Oh Lord, man, that's a fucking long list. But
some highlights.
Jesus Christ. First, let me shout out Cuban first, man, because he been rocking out with me for these past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But before that, you know, Domingo, we did the Red Sunday. DJ Low Cut, DJ Brands and them from overseas. List goes on. PF Cuttin. Fucking DJ Evil D. Fucking Aguilar did some production for me in the early days. Oh my God, so many, bro.
Yeah.
So many. It's too much to mention, bro. And Reef. Shout out to Reef. He's the one that did This Is My Hood as well with me, Royal Flush, and Mike Geronimo. Shout out to SBK, you know, Nori's producer, SB Killer. Yeah. So he's done a lot of production for me too, but bro, those are all greats, man. You name it, DJ Doom. Oh my Lord, bro. I'm sorry for those that I have not mentioned, bro. It's just so many, my nigga. Right. You do have. I don't want to leave nobody out. That's why.
You do have a lengthy discography, but can you mention some of the most memorable studio sessions you've been a part of?
Ooh, memorable will be wow. Heavy Rock Studios. That's I think the manager Dan Green, right? Something like that. I think he owned Heavy Rock Studios over there by Chinatown, and those are memorable. I'm talking about from Punchline to Shabam Shadiq, Sick Jacket from Psycho Realm, you know, like you said, from the Galaxy of Queens songs they got made over there. Royal Flush, the Prodigy joint that I did with Domingo, we actually drove upstate. That was memorable too, because Coogee Rap did that little intro, and we had the Blood and Bones joint with Mike Geronimo. That me and Coogee Rap dropped that verse in fucking PA, bro. So that was crazy when I did that Rest Sunday. I dropped that shit in over there, and we did a little bit in Queens in Astoria, Soundworks. Like Cuban and Mills and them niggas bring the fucking M-Box in there with a laptop, bro, and I just dropped the vocals there, and we got it mixed and mastered, you know, by legendary engineer Chris Geringer, you know what I'm saying? Grammy Award winning Chris Geringer, you know, that's Cuban's right hand man from back in the days when Cuban used to roll with Mighty VIC, you know what I'm saying? That's another brother of ours, you know, part of the family.
Right.
So all those producers, bro, all those producers.
You mentioned Stretch and Bobbito earlier. Did you get a chance to frequent their show?
Yeah, I went to Stretch and Bobbito show with Lorcia. That's when I met Lorcia before I went to Sweden. I went to funny story with Sweden. I went to promote that I think I came back from Sweden or went to promote at Eclipse's show, and I was with my other man Off to Mental. Now his son is a rapper. He stopped rapping, and his son became a rapper called Baby Boy Slime, out of Florida now. And we went. So now that's my first time doing Stretch and Bobbito. I think that was 1999, and I was on tour with the Lyrical Format demo tape CD that I did with Cee Da Cuban in Queens in the studio in KME, and I actually. We had technical difficulties out there, so my DJ had a test press of the Woe record, the Black Rob. And I did my whole song in freestyle over the Woe record, and they thought that was my beat. Because nobody heard the joint. Right. On radio, nothing. This is before social media and before streaming services, bro. So
he's a funny dude, man.
Did you ever have a situation?
You already know, so.
Did you ever have a situation? Did you ever have a situation with a major label?
Never like sample clearances, and I remember it was called Wolf clearances. They cleared a couple of samples and stuff, but with major labels, nah, bro. Like I'm gonna be honest, man. We love the independent role. Like before, we was aiming for like remember when Land Speed was out and Raucous and but our peoples was in there already, and they were like, man, what y'all doing right now? Because remember, I was on the streets already getting money. So I really was rapping for the fun of it. Like I really enjoyed it. It was a passion. Like other niggas came into the game, and y'all know, y'all got friends and people that, you know, in your neighborhood that only did it, you know, for the bitches, to get the jewelry and all that. I already had the bitches. I already had the jewelry. I was already in the street doing my thing. So I'm like, I really like beatboxing. I really like rapping. I really like going to these shows. I like performing on stage. I like traveling. So that shit was in me. I never did it, you know, I never really did it for the money, but you know, money does pay the bills. And when you got some, you know, incredible and amazing work out there, you got to get paid for your work. So I do agree with that, but I never came into the game with that vision. And I think that's why me and Cuban have lasted this long, that people like, how you still doing this? Because a lot of motherfuckers just, you know, they walk the plank.
You mentioned Prodigy before, and that's what I wanted to ask you also. How was that experience working with Prodigy? You know, I know you have a video out, which he was in, but how was the studio session working with him?
Yeah, we never got to hit the studio. Remember, Prodigy was sick, man. I was like, the song that he did with me was one of like the last 2-3 like videos that people said that he did before he passed away. So Prodigy was real sick. He told me the day of the video shoot. That was my first time like really fucking with Prodigy. Like I seen him here and there, but we never really got to chop it up. But we got to remember, I'm a friend of the family. So Twin Gambino used to come to my hood in Flushing, to LG, to the PJs. And he used to fuck with this girl named Red over there. They were fam, and he used to bring the whole I Am 3 out there. So, you know what I'm saying? From Godfather to Ty Nitty and them niggas, all of them niggas used to come to my hood, and they knew that we was about our business. So there was respect. I used to go to Queensbridge and go fuck with Black Poet and them. You know what I'm saying? Twin and them will come to my hood and come fuck with us. So we already had that mutual relationship. So when it was time for me to do that joint with Prodigy, bro, I'm telling y'all, there was no money exchange or nothing. Yo, bro, I didn't pay Nipsey, Coogee Rap. I didn't pay none of these niggas. It was really off of, okay, this kid is putting in work. And he from Queens. And I could fuck with him. And they all told me that. So to me, that's honorable, bro. And that shit goes a long way, because that day when we was talking to Prodigy, he didn't know that my cousin had sickle cell. So he told me, yo, I wasn't even going to make the video shoot, bro. Like, I did not feel good, bro. And I was like, don't worry, I got you, man. And my man came through with like fucking mad edibles and shit. And then I'm like, I told Prodigy, yo, I know you sick and you suffer from sickle cell and all that. You know, my cousin got sickle cell, but he don't fuck with no drugs. Like, you know, he let that shit go back in the days. And he was like, that's why he's still good, bro. Like, I don't fuck with no drugs, but I smoke my weed, have my little drinks. But, you know, I got to be easy, man. And, yo, bro, my man came, yo, Nut, I didn't know, you know, Prodigy. I told me he was sick. I didn't know. I was like, man, give me that fucking edible, man. I told yo, Prodigy, oh, fuck, I touched it with my finger. Yo, bro, you want a piece? He was like, man, give me that shit. We started breaking edibles, eating the shit. We was cracking up. I call Uncle La, Havoc's uncle. He could be like, you know, just to let him know, like, nigga, I fuck with Uncle La. He was like, yo, I know they told me Havoc and them niggas, but I didn't know that y'all niggas really knew. I was like, nigga, me and Uncle La, you know, fuck with each other ever since I came home. Like, my wifey's friend was married to Havoc's uncles, you know, to Havoc's uncle.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, it's a whole big family. So
Family
just meeting Prodigy that day. Yeah, and then Twin Gambinos, like I used to go, he's selling Prodigy. I used to go to Nutso's Project. These are my peoples. And I bring niggas from the hood. They had their peoples. And that was an epic and beautiful day, bro. Like, me and Prodigy finally got to collaborate. And you could see him like in the video. He's even mimicking my lyrics. So he actually knew the lyrics to my motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? To the song, like my verse. That shit was crazy. I'm like, this nigga he like that verse. Because Prodigy look like he don't like nobody like that. He don't fuck with too many people, bro.
Right. You know, I was skimming through a lot of your stuff, you know, just refreshing, you know, before we got to do this. And that video stood out to me. And it's funny that you say that he didn't feel well, because as I'm watching the video, I'm like, man, this looks like it's probably around that time, you know, because in the video you could kind of see it in him, you know what I mean? And I was just curious. So it's funny that you said that. He
passed away, I think, like a couple of weeks or like a month after in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But you know, rest in peace, Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? And blessings and healing energy always to the whole family, man. But shout outs to Twin and them. Those are my brothers from another, man. I know Twin is out there in Cali now. We supposed to get up soon, but every time he come into town, he be hitting me up and shit. So me and Twin got to get a new one in. You just got me thinking. I sent him some beats. He sent me son. We gotta get a new one going, man. I know Prodigy's watching.
For sure. Another one I want to ask you about was, how was it working with Domingo, man, and getting the chance to redo live Men at Work 2020 with Coogee Rap? You got a chance to work with AZ on that project. How was that whole experience?
Lord, bro, Domingo was a blessing, man. I got introduced to Domingo by Mills, and we was actually already doing like little singles. I'm like on 3 of Domingo's projects besides the rest of Sunday that he fully produced. And working with Domingo, bro, is like, he's in that lane, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And not the boom bap, just good music and organic, genuine shit, bro. You know, where hip hop comes from the street, bro, that heartbeat. So it was easy working with Domingo, you know what I'm saying? And
also have a serious work ethic. Fast forward to say 2020. What was that like with the pandemic? Did that inspire you, or did that slow things down?
That inspired me to write more, be a little bit more creative. But at the end of the day, I've been doing this for so long, like, you know, before social media and all of that. I'm like, bro, our shit is groundbreaking regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the next show at? I'll bring my fucking mask. We gonna fucking we all gonna meet up. put this fucking video up and register a new single or whatever it is and keep it moving. I looked at it. People felt like the world was over. I'm like, bro, what happens if there's no water and the lights go out? Like, y'all worried about fucking toilet paper and the internet not working? Like, the internet was not always here. And humans got more than 400,000 fucking years on this planet, man. Give me a break. We got to cut it out, bro. Being some big-ass fucking sissy and whining motherfuckers, bro.
Right. Catch us
I'm
up
being honest. That's what kept me going. It's like, bro, yeah, let's say right now, sincere. Uncle E, let's be honest, bro. Let's say if we can't even communicate on the phone, bro, niggas is gonna be meeting somewhere. We're gonna be meeting in Central Park, something. We're gonna make it a ritual, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be like every Wednesday, all the hip hop niggas meet up over here. We're gonna make groundbreaking experiences. Like, it ain't stopping us.
For sure. Yo, by the way, just to piggyback off what Sincere was talking about the COVID, because you actually put out a song called Secret War COVID-19 that I was checking out. And you were talking about a lot of those things as far as like the vaccines and
so on that song, Secret War, I wanted to express myself during those times, what was going on and my thoughts of where we was going as far as a country, as far as the world, and exactly what I spoke about, it's still happening. So I spoke facts, man, and look, with all this casting couch and social engineering, like, bro, we're still living in a fucking program. That's what I said. Look at how we programmed to think that if the internet, the lights is out, that it's over. Bro, it's not. We're humans, bro. Like, we got fucking planes flying in the air, bro. Like, we used to sit at little riverbanks and look at birds with they, like, how the fuck can we do that? And we did it, bro. So remember, the word possible is in the word impossible. So everything is possible. So I knew we was gonna get out of that. But as far as like politics and the government, Ian Sin, bro, that shit, that we got a long road ahead, bro. I don't know where we're going with this, because I think that was just a rude awakening for all humanity to just prepare for the worst. Like, that was like a little skit, you know what I'm saying, of what could really happen.
Catch us up on some of your most recent projects.
Catch
us up on some of your most recent projects.
What? Meaning like
past, so 2020 hit. Catch us up on the past, 2 or 3 years of some of your projects.
Oh, 3. All right. So basically, the last project we just came out with right now is the Emcee instrumentals. That's me and Cee Da Cuban right there. Fully produced by me and Cuban. We got 10 joints on that. He produced 5. I produced 5. We threw some skits and intro in there to make it like a full, length album. And for the MCs out there that, let's say, if they tired of rapping over those YouTube instrumentals or whatever the fuck it is, like, these are beats that have never been used. I displayed them and laid them shits down like a fucking song. I got choruses in some of them, you know what I'm saying? So we did that shit for the MCs, because I remember those cypher days. So me and Cuban did that instrumental project. Before that project, I came out with a couple of singles. They weren't projects, but they're gonna connect to things that are gonna come out at the end of this year and begin in 2025. We'll get into that but as far as the last 2 projects, I did a Rabioso Mente project. That's the one I did with Cuban and Emcee. This project right here was when I went to tour in Spain. First time I went on tour by myself. Then the second time I went on tour with the Beat Nuts. Then the third time I went on tour with Cuban and them. And when we did this Rabioso Mente project, so basically the mental is Mesui, Rabioso is Nutso. They call me Loco Rabioso in Spanish. Nutrageous meant during that time. So yeah, I went to Spain, performed out there, like I said, 3 times. Invited to Canary Islands. That's when I did the tour with Redman. So this project was just like, bro, We've been on all these tours. We've done all these singles, but we never done a project together. And then to do it in Spanglish, I was like, if I'm gonna do a song in Spanglish, like I really don't write too much in Spanglish, but I try to match my flow as much as I can, and I hit it right on the bullseye. So I told Emcee, he actually is living out here in the East Coast and was going back and forth from Spain to East Coast. He's a college professor in Maryland. So Emcee, the one that I collaborated on his album, he's a real college professor. He's a historian. So we collaborated. We weren't in the studio, I think, one time to mix and master, but we did the joints in separate studios because we already had that vibe, you know, with brothers, man. And we collaborated on this project. It came out in 2021, I believe, 2022. And that album right now, it really went over people's heads because it was in Spanglish. But I got Black Poet on there. I got Jake Palumbo, Dax, Thurston Howell. I'm like, if I'm going to have an album in Spanglish, like who other than to put one of the Spanglish godfathers, Thurston Howell III, low life CEO and president. You already know.
Right.
So that was the project before this one with Cuban. And then before that, we had the Mr. Collabo series and all the other joints. So that's about like 5 series. And then remember, Red Sunday after that. So in these last 3 years, Red Sunday is way earlier than that. But in the last 3 years was from the Mr. Collabo to the single releases to the Rabioso Mente and now this project. And I'm going to come out with another project with Rob P and Cee Da Cuban and then my solo project for 2025. So that's coming, man, and God willing, in due time, bro.
So you just mentioned the project with Cee Da Cuban as far as the production collaboration between you two. When exactly did you get into production?
I got into production in actually, like how y'all said, during the pandemic. And I wasn't bored. It was just like, fuck it, this might be my time to pick up a beat machine. Like I was never computer savvy, bro. I just bought a laptop like 3 years ago. I always use my wife's shit or my sister's shit back in the days. Like even when people had to download music on an iPod, I had my sister do that shit. I was always on the street, bro. Like I just wanted to be on the street wilding out, bro. Like I'm nutso for real, but you know, man, thank God for them guardian angels, man. They got me out that motherfucker. But yeah, I got a laptop. I didn't want to do none of that Fruity Loop shit. I was like, bro, my father's a conguero. I used to get kicked out of school. I'm a beatboxing, banging on machines. I need to hit on some pads. And I was always asked Cuban. When I first met Cuban, he would be doing beats in the studio, and he'll tell you, I'll go over there, show them, be like, bro, when I learn how to do this, I'm gonna whip y'all niggas' asses. Like I'll be drunk telling them that, and he like, do it, buy a machine. But I was scared, bro. I was like, I'd rather go sell crack, coke, and weed in the projects. Like, fuck this shit. Or I'd rather, you know, like, I'd rather get a beat produced by this dude and pay him, or I'm gonna get this Primo beat, or I'm gonna get this fucking RZA beat or whatever. You know, like that was my shit. But at the end of the day, it was always in me, bro. Like like even Large Professor and all these dudes was telling me, like, bro, you should have been doing like Royal Flush told me that. He was like, bro, if you would have fucking had a beat machine in the 90s, bro, you would have fucking been unstoppable by now. Because if you doing this shit in like 2.5 years, you know, like nobody, even Thurston Howell was telling me, like, you just started producing. All these niggas thought I've been producing for like 10 years or something. And I was like, I only got 2 years doing this, but I thought you were going to say, naturally.
I thought you were going to say a little bit long. I didn't realize it was that short of a period of time.
Yeah, bro, 2 years. But remember, I can't even say I've been producing for 2 years because as an MC, like how y'all said, with all the producers, all these legendary producers that I've been in the studio with them, they done beats from scratch right in front of me. So I'm seeing them breaking it down from the sample to the snare. I'm just watching. So I kind of already was I already was getting immune to it, bro. But never bought a beat machine, man. And that's my story right there, bro.
So so being that you're able to produce your own stuff now, how is the process for you when you want to make a song? And let's say I'm going to produce it. are you making a beat and then you're deciding to rhyme to it, or do you have a rhyme and then you kind of create the beat to it? What's the process like?
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like in my car, if I'm driving in the highway, road trip, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be doing the medical field shit besides the music and real estate. So I'll be running all the way around. And when I'm in my thoughts, I'll just fucking park the car, double park the car, bro. Write a little 4-bar. I'll probably put it together with something else. And I'll go through the stations. I'm still old school, bro. I'll listen to fucking classical music. Think of an idea. I could be sitting in the park, hear a fucking squirrel beefing with a fucking bird. And that'll make me think. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
like
No,
that.
I know.
Yeah, bro. A certain lyric, like I could be listening to some old school Nas, Illmatic, and there's a certain line that he'll say about a Aretha Franklin record or some shit he'll reference, and I'll be like, let me go back to that Aretha Franklin record, and I'll, dig that shit, even if I don't have the record physically. I'll go on YouTube. I'm just being real. If I don't have the vinyl, I'll go on YouTube, my liking, and boom, I'll put shit together, animation, shit from movies. Like I'm not trying to be your regular producer. And it's funny that you said that. I ran into Havoc at the Razzcast release party. Shout out to Razzcast. He hit me up.
That's another one that you worked with too. Forgot to
and listen, he hit me up for another joint. So salute to Razzcast. You already know Razzie. He hit me up, and I ended up meeting him out there in the city, and I ran into Havoc, and we started talking about his Uncle La, and I said, yo, Havoc, do you got any insight, any input, any good gems you could drop? I know you seeing me, nigga. You might not like anything, but I know you seeing me working. And he said straight up and down, bro, just keep being you and keep being different. That's it. That's what he left me. And I'm like, thank you, bro. Because that's how I felt about it anyway. Like, I don't want to be the next DJ Premier. I don't want to be the next RZA, the next Swiss Beats, the next Timberland. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be known as Nutso, just like Kanye West is an MC and a producer, Havoc, Diamond D, the list goes on. I want to be part of that legendary circle.
Do you remember your first placement as far as a beat? Like who purchased one of your first beats?
Actually it was dudes from Europe. A couple of people purchased me and Cuban's beats. We give them the 2-for-1 special as well too sometimes. Yeah, man, that's what we do. But mostly dudes from Europe, and your local neighborhood dudes. I got dudes that just came home, but people like like we was talking about the Rabioso Mente album. Okay. That was actually my first introduction to the world with the Real Nutso, with Real Nutso production. Okay. I produced the Thurston Howard record on the Rabioso Mente project, right on this project right here. I produced the joint with me and Black Poet. I produced the other joint with Jake Palumbo, Dax Empire, Rob P, Reap Raw. I mean, I produced those joints. So that's like my first introduction with some legendary dudes that produced by Nutso. I'm still working on my accolades, y'all.
Yeah. That's dope.
But the first single I came out with was Killer Sauce. I had my boy Thoroughbirdie and this other young kid coming out of East New York, QF. I produced for them. The joint is called Killer Sauce. That was one of my first productions. And then Headshot. That's my solo joint that I did the merch for it and all of that. So that Headshot, produced by me, only me on it. I'm proud of that joint. Like that's all me there, bro. I own the rights to that shit. It felt good.
Right. That's dope.
Any other avenues outside of music you're looking to explore?
Yeah, like I said, as far as managing and I don't mind getting that finder's fee check, bro. I got the experience. We could scold and mold these new young artists. Is like, you don't have to go this route. You could do this, and we got your back, straight up and down. We just got to get more on the business aspect and paperwork shit. But I could do that avenue. But right now, I'm loving the medical field and real estate, bro, because music don't pay all the bills, and every platinum artists that are doing their thing right now, they got other revenues and other investments, bro, because music is fucked up out here. If y'all know, it's so oversaturated right now. that these dudes is really not making money unless they got other investments, man. You know, so I think that's what keeps me motivated. My other investments and that passion and drive that I have for this, that keeps me going. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's 2024. How do you feel about the state of hip hop right now?
Bro, I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. Straight up and down. Let's continue with our interview, the stuff that we know what we doing. I don't know where we're going with this, but yeah, man. Yo, sincere.
Yeah,
hey,
that's one of the best answers.
Yeah.
Listen, but I'm not gonna come at the mumble rappers,
Nah.
rappers, because we had some crazy shit going on in our era. You remember?
Of course.
You remember, like I told niggas, remember when the Grave Diggers came out and the other dudes came out, we get so live, evil live, all that. There was crazy shit going on in the 90s too, bro.
Yeah,
of course.
I agree. That is,
you know what I'm saying? Even from Vanilla Ice to all of that, like he had a hit single, but that song wasn't really dope, bro. It was the fucking sample and the beat, my nigga. It wasn't the chorus or what he was saying. Like, let's get real. There is party dance music that you love, but bro, I could fucking hear this Celine Dion and Dionne Warwick records that are better than that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking? Hector Lavoe records, Barry White records. Like, let's be honest, man. Don't try to come at me, because you going after the the Culture Vultures, bro. There's even Culture Vultures that made doper music. Then you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. We know it's all about good music, and that's what I'm saying. If the shit is good, cause listen, I'ma fuck your head up. My little cousin introduced me to Chef G, right? This is before Pop Smoke got killed and before he was popping off. And I actually like 2 of his songs. Like, I'm like, this kid can really rap, and he don't even really need to do this drill shit. I think he's doing it because that's what's trending. So, long story short, Pop Smoke blows up, and then all that other drill shit. I just, I ain't really like it too much. You know what I'm saying? But there's a couple of joints that I could fuck with. The mumble rap shit, you know how we feel about it as far as like, the underdogs.
Right.
Not a fan of people that are not gonna recognize a Tupac, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. You can fucking go to hell and suck my dick if you know what I'm saying, bro. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Those are the founding fathers, bro. And then in the 90s, from Biggie, like I said, Mobb Deep, MOP, like, how you gonna say fuck that shit? This is what's happening now, bro. Mobb Deep, MOP, Tribe Called Quest, we did not say fuck Big Daddy Kane and Rakim. Rakim and Big Daddy Kane didn't say fuck the Sugar Hill Gang and the Coke Crush brothers. So what the fuck where are we taking this shit to?
Right.
That they forgot that we are the ones that open the doors for every motherfucker, just like rock and roll and soul music and disco open the doors for hip hop. Like, let's just be real, bro. These kids are crazy, man.
No doubt. For those who are interested, do you have any merch available? Do you have any websites? Shout out your social media.
Yes. Nutso PPM Bandcamp. You can catch our hoodies right now. We actually got these tees coming in different colors in about a week. So pre-order now. Like I said, Nutso PPM Bandcamp. We got Stranger Thing, regular Nutso with the Nutso logo. We got Headshot hoodies, and we coming with these tees, man, with the Emcee Instrumentals Volume 1. Me and Cuban working on Volume 2 right now. So stay tuned, man. Everything is at The Real Nutso and at Nutso PPM. Facebook, Twitter, IG, Yo Mama House. That's how I always end it, baby.
Yo, are you in tune? Do you have your ear as far as to like Dominican hip hop artists?
As far as rappers that I know, but as far as like the commercial reggaeton dudes, nah.
No. I'm just saying
only Lapi, like Lapi's from DR.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Tempo and Tego and them from Puerto Rico. Like, I was listening to that, but as far as like Dominican artists right here, I'm tapped in.
I meant like from DR, like
from DR, just really Lapis. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like,
okay. There's some dope artists out there, man. There's some dope.
Yeah, man. Listen, send me some links.
I will.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Once once this shit started getting oversaturated with the 500 albums a day, 60,000 singles, bro, it's really hard to catch up, man. And I know that I'm missing a lot of dope talent out there. And I know y'all feel the same, bro. Because, bro, sometimes I don't even see shit that y'all even promoting until another motherfucker tags me to another motherfucker that got tagged. Then I go into his fucking post, and then I see that, oh shit, y'all like this shit. Then I go see what y'all doing. And I'm like, oh shit, these niggas tagged me on this shit last week. So the algorithm and everything is changing, bro. Like it is. Yeah, and they stirring up the community at the end of the day because that the CEO of Instagram, Adam, he said this shit was created so we can beef and we can, agree to disagree and everything. So this shit is a fucking shithole, bro. Like if you got an enemy on IG, they'll let you see all his shit all day. And then the shit you want to see, they won't let you see that. Right, and then God forbid you like some shit that they know you don't like, they're gonna make you see more of that shit. So right. Fucking crazy. Now
Nutso, man, thank you once again for joining us. It's been a pleasure, man. You a dope artist. Everybody make sure to go check out Nutso and all his music, his production as well. I'm very happy that we finally made this happen, man. You're funny. Yo, you really remind me. How can I explain it, man? I think you said before when we were talking that there's always one about Nipsey Hustle that he was saying you reminded him of somebody around his hood. You're like that dude to me, man. You're like that. There's always that one Nutso in everybody's hood.
Yeah, man. Everybody got a peanut in their hood. They got that motherfucker. They got that nutty motherfucking. Right. I'm just glad to be alive, bro. Like, real, man. And hip hop played a big part because when I was in the fucking studios, there was a lot of times, houses got raided. Friends of mine's got shot. That if I was there, same shit would have happened to me. So,
thank you for being around. Thank you for choosing the path of hip hop to keep you out of all that trouble. Once again, shout out to Cee Da Cuban.
Shout out to Cuba on the beat, my brother.
Thank you for making this happen as well. Thank you, Cee Da Cuban. I'm gonna say this because I've posted it, but see, thank you for where is it? Thank you for letting me get a little shine on this album right here. Appreciate you, bro. I know. But yo, congratulations on all of your accomplishments that you have thus far, man. And good luck with everything coming. Team,
man. Cuba on the beat, Rob P, Chatio, Thorough Birdie, my DJ Mike Deuce, my little cousin Flea. You already know, man. Sire the Dawn. We here, man. We working, baby.
Yes, sir. Once again, you've been watching Changing of the Hip Hop Guards. It's me, Uncle Lee. That's my partner, the journalist, Sincere.
Uncle E. Love always, bro. Let's get it.
Salute to Nutso. Peace.
Let's get it. Queen.